Will Assassin's Creed Codename Red be an RPG? Since AC Japan was announced, I've seen a lot of debate and speculation surrounding the game. Some say it's an RPG, others are suggesting it to be a classic AC experience similar to Mirage. So today we're going to look into what Codename Red actually is. This video will be speculation filled as we really don't know anything about the game so far, but at the end of the video you'll come away knowing more than you do right now. So, if you're new to this channel and want to stay up to date with everything Assassin's Creed, feel free to press the subscribe button. Let's get into this. According to thetab.com, Ubisoft have called AC Red the future of our open world RPG games. So if that wasn't clear cut enough, Assassin's Creed Codename Red is going to be an RPG style Ubisoft game. However, I think it's going to be quite different to what we saw with Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Sure, it will take aspects from those games because as much as a lot of people don't like them, those games were very popular and did sell well. But I think they're going to drastically overhaul their what they call an RPG game, and it might turn out quite a bit different from the older RPG games. So yeah, I do think they're going to take those RPG style qualities, if you want to call them that, from the older games such as Odyssey and Valhalla. And I don't think improve is the word, but I think they'll take those things and change them and try to make them better, or maybe not better, but different in a new, unique way. Basically, what I'm saying is I don't think they're going to copy and paste the RPG format of Odyssey and Valhalla and then bring them into AC Codename Red. They're clearly trying to state that this is something new, something a lot bigger and better than what they've done before with RPGs. So for an example and a better way of understanding what Ubisoft are trying to say here, let's look at Assassin's Creed 2 through Revelations, the Ezio trilogy. The game engine and format of the way the game played were very similar between each of those three games. Then Assassin's Creed 3 releases. It's more of the same, but it's almost an overhaul of what it once was with the Ezio games. They move on to the Anvil engine. Parkour is different, combat is different, but it's built off of what it once was and just changed, updated, and tweaked. Now, I think that's a good example to look at for how the series can change in a different way, but kind of be more of the same. And I also think it's a good example because, in my opinion at least, Assassin's Creed 3 was nowhere near as good as the Ezio games when it comes to gameplay mechanics. Sure, the graphics were better and it felt a little bit more free-flowing and less rigid, but you had way less control over where you climbed. As much as the combat wasn't too difficult in any of the Assassin's Creed games up until this point, AC3 dumbed it down even more. But overall, Ubisoft took something that was fairly intricate in its own way with gameplay mechanics and dumbed it down with AC3. So maybe from Valhalla and Odyssey going over to AC Codename Red, it's not going to be improved or overhauled, but it's going to be different. It might be on a new engine or an updated version of the engine we have currently. The combat's going to be tweaked, changed a little bit here and there. It's going to be new, but it's going to be very reminiscent of Odyssey and Valhalla's combat. So looking purely at gameplay mechanics and the engine and the graphics and everything like that, that's kind of how I imagine their overhaul really means. Also, you've got to look at Ubisoft as a company. Making something better in their eyes is adding more options for microtransactions, double the amount of DLCs, making the world way bigger than it was even in Valhalla and Odyssey, so players are playing for longer and their investors are happier because those numbers are going up. That's a lot of stuff that Ubisoft look at as a company. Saying we want to make games that are bigger and better, that's, in my opinion, how they see it. We're going to make the game literally bigger as an open world space. And to Ubisoft, better might mean more profitable. Just a reminder to you guys, this is all speculation, this is my guess, and my guess is as good as anyone's. But I think it's important to have this conversation and to think about what bigger and better for Ubisoft actually means. We want to know what we're giving our money to. We want to know the product so we can decide whether we want to buy into it or not. Now, a few months ago, I made a video detailing my perfect Assassin's Creed RPG if it had to be an RPG. I'm not going to lie, I do give Odyssey a lot of heat. I shit on that game a lot because I don't think it's that good. There is no real personality and character traits to the protagonists of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The world is way too big with literally nothing to do apart from fetch quests and bandit camps. The writing is trying to be too funny all the time, but the jokes aren't funny, so it just turns into cringe. I could go on, but my main gripe with Assassin's Creed Odyssey was its writing. Now, I'm not going to go into all the detail of that because that video already exists and you can check that out. It will be on the end screen of this video. My point being, I worry that Ubisoft will make the same mistake again. They'll make an open world that is massive with nothing to do because they want a massive open world because that's good numbers, that's more money, that apparently these days sells a game better. And I worry that they're not going to fill this world with anything interesting to do. Yeah, there'll be bandit camps everywhere, but I've done that in a million games. Why should I want to do it again? I need a reason, which comes from good writing. But I don't just want to be doing bandit camps, I want interesting characters and quests. I want to be connected to a character that doesn't flip-flop between different personality traits here and there whenever they want, and you just don't understand what's going on, and you can't connect to them as a character because one day they're evil, the next day they're completely nice, and it makes no sense. So I really hope Ubisoft can take notes from the gaming industry greats when it comes to RPGs, if they're going to do a bigger and better RPG as they've basically put it. Take notes from The Witcher 3, take notes from Knights of the Old Republic, take notes from Dragon Age. I could go on, but don't take notes from your previous game known as Assassin's Creed Odyssey. If I'm going to give my honest opinion, and I'm open to being wrong, and I really hope that I am proved wrong, I believe Assassin's Creed Codename Red is just going to be another AC Odyssey. It's going to be a bland open world with a lot of potential to be good, but it just misses the mark. I think the characters, because I don't know how many characters there's going to be, but I think they will be bland, they will flip-flop between different personality traits because they want the player to be able to choose good or evil, but the issue is they've already made a character, so being able to go between good and evil when you already have an existing character doesn't really work. Again, that's another video for another time and one that I've already made. But I do think that they are going to make the same mistakes again because Odyssey sold well, there's so many people that love the game, so in their eyes, it's a success and let's just make it more of a cash cow, you know what I mean? Quick editor's note, I was just editing this and I had another thought. I think the only way good or evil, literally opposite choices work if you have a pre-existing character is if you were to make a game where the pre-existing character has two personalities, one personality being evil and one being good. Maybe a character like Moon Knight from Marvel where he's got split personalities. So in AC Red, if you were to make an evil choice where you were to kill an innocent, then that would be the bad personality taking control. Whereas if you were to be an angel the next day and to save a ton of people from a burning building, going against the evil choice you made the day before, that would be the good side of you, the nice side of you that comes out. Now, that's not really going to work, I don't think, but I'm just saying for an example, that's how it could be done with a pre-existing character. If you're playing a game like Skyrim and you make your own character within your mind, it doesn't have a voice, it's you. You can be evil or good or whatever, because it's you. But if I'm playing a character like Cassandra, that character already exists, has been made by Ubisoft, so it's got to be expected that that character will have these pre-existing character traits to have a personality. So if I'm then going to murder some villagers and the next day save somebody from a burning building, it doesn't make sense for the character. That's what I'm trying to say, and that's what I've said in my other video, but I just wanted to add it here as well. One thing I will say though, I think the open world will look amazing, will look breathtaking, will look beautiful. Same with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, it looks amazing. Just because it doesn't feel amazing or doesn't have much to do in it, doesn't take away from the fact that the open world designers are really good at what they do at Ubisoft, and every open world looks amazing in a Ubisoft game. So I won't fault it there, and I'm sure it will look breathtaking. Now, if you enjoyed Assassin's Creed Odyssey and you really like the game, then, you know, more power to you. I'm happy that you like it, and that's great. You're probably going to really love Assassin's Creed Codename Red. For me personally, and I don't know if this is a really good term to use or not, but I can't think of another one. I'm kind of an Assassin's Creed purist, you know? I played Assassin's Creed from the first one. I liked it for the reasons I liked it. So when the writing of the game and the story overall just completely missed the mark with what it used to be, you know, it's disappointing. And when I play games like The Witcher 3, and then I hear that there's another massive company with potentially more money working on a bigger game that is an RPG, in my head I'm expecting it to be on the level of something like a Witcher 3. Then when it comes out and it's basically a rip-off of The Witcher 3, but with no level of depth that The Witcher 3 had, it's just disappointing to me, and that's why I just did not and I cannot like the RPG games of Assassin's Creed, mainly Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Assassin's Creed Codename Red is developed by the same team that developed Odyssey within Ubisoft, so that doesn't bode well for me. But again, if you did enjoy Odyssey, then I'm really glad you did, and I truly mean that, and you probably will like AC Codename Red or AC Japan. If you're more like me and you really didn't like Odyssey, then you're probably going to be with me when I say I don't think Assassin's Creed Codename Red is going to be very good. I will hold up my hands in the air and say one more time, please prove me wrong. Please make a great game. I don't mind it being an RPG. I'm cool with that. You know, a lot of people think, oh, the classic AC fans, they just don't like it because it's an RPG and they're just stuck in their old ways. It's not even that. If you're going to make an RPG Assassin's Creed game, you know, I'm cool with that. I don't mind. But I just want a good Assassin's Creed RPG game. I just want an RPG game that I can play and think, wow, there's actual thought put into the writing. I can connect to the characters. My choices have proper consequences. That's something I want in an RPG game. And it's okay if it's going to be an RPG game. Just, as I said, make a good one, please. Anyway, I think that's probably about it for this video. It's a bit more rambly, a bit more speculative, but again, I think that you might have come away from this video kind of having a better idea of what the game might be like at the very least. So if you did enjoy this video and you found it informative, or you just kind of agreed with some of the points I made today, feel free to press that like button. And if you want to stay up to date with everything Assassin's Creed Mirage, Red, Hexe, Infinity, and a lot of videos to do with the older games, then feel free to press that subscribe button so you don't miss a video from me. Make the fire of understanding guide us. I love you. I will see you soon. Did I just mess up the outro there? I don't even know. Goodbye.